in terms of seasons, we got the opener coming up. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. This is the season opener for the NFL. I know who I'm picking. I know who I think is going to win this. But I got to know, who are you rolling with for this first week matchup in the season opener between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens? Who are going to win that matchup?
Oh, man, the NFL couldn't have cooked it up better with an opening game of the Chiefs and Ravens. I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
Okay.
They have, majority of the time they do have this Ravens team, their number. Patrick Mahomes normally gets the best of Lamar Jackson. I like the Chiefs matching up defensively against the Ravens offense. I like the matchup, Trent McDuffie matching up against Zay Flowers. I think that's a good wide receiver cornerback matchup. The Chiefs pass rush, I think they're going to get home to Lamar Jackson and contain him in the pocket, limit what he could do with his legs. Wow. So I'm leaning towards the Chiefs. I think it's going to be a very close game, but I think their defense is going to be the reason why they win this game.
Yeah, that's an underrated aspect, bro. Their defense was solid, bro. They were number 2 in defensive yards allowed last year, right behind the Cleveland Browns. But that was an underrated aspect of their defense, just because, I mean, everything has always been so Mahomes focused that people don't even pay attention to the other areas of their game. But I was also going with the Kansas City Chiefs to win this game. I don't know why. But somewhere down the line, my mind changed. And this is why my mind changed. So at first, I'm like, okay, Kansas City Chiefs going to win. But then I'm like, you know what? Let me remember. This is the regular season. And the Baltimore Ravens, we know what they do in the regular season. They look impeccable. So I think coming out in week 1, the Ravens going to look dominant. They're going to want payback. It's going to be grudges, all of that. They're going to be fired up, and they're going to end up winning. Maybe not by much, maybe not even at all. But I'm expecting the Baltimore Ravens to win because they went out so sorry against the Kansas City Chiefs last year in the playoffs. So it's like they have to show themselves. They have to be better than what everyone else remembered them as, because all last season, we held them on a high pedestal. We said they were number 1. We said this was the best football we've seen in a long time, the best team roster-wise in a long time. And then they get to the playoffs. They forget how to run the ball. They forget the play call that works for them. They play the Chiefs. They fold like tissue. Like, it was just insane to watch. So I'm really thinking that they come back out with a different game plan and a more effective game plan. And I also think they'll utilize Derrick Henry, and it may shake things up a little bit for them. So it'll be interesting to see, though. Above all, we know that the Chiefs, they're about to go for this three-peat. And I think they're going to get it. They done picked up different options at the receiving end. They still got a solid defense and all these other things that's really working out in their favor. It's just the fact of, can they get it done? So I got to ask you, can the Chiefs get this done, three-peating for the first time in NFL history?
This is a tough question because I think they're capable of doing it. But then I look at all these great teams that failed to do it. I think about the 90s, the Cowboys, that dynasty failed to do it with Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin. Then I think about the dynasty of the Patriots, of Tom Brady, Bill Belichick. They couldn't do it. So it's like, I don't want to say they can't, but they can, because Patrick Mahomes is so successful in the playoffs. He's 15-3 in the postseason, 5 straight AFC Championship appearances, back-to-back Super Bowl champions. It's like, you can't go wrong with either right or wrong answer. So I see that, but I don't know. I really don't know about this one.
Yeah, this was tough. I think Pat has surprised everybody so far, so early on in his career. I think he gets it done, bro. I would love to see it, because I just want to see history in the making. Like, I just think it would be dope. 12, 20 years from now, you get to say, man, I seen the three-peat when Pat Mahomes, no quarterback is better than him. Like, you get to be that old head that's standing tall on what he's seen happen. So like, I want to see Pat Mahomes three-peat. I think it would be the greatest thing ever to witness. But can it be done? It's going to be tough, because, I mean, Ravens, everybody's tired of getting beat by Pat Mahomes, especially in the AFC. Like, he is the team to beat right now, and everybody is pissed off. I mean, only person who's gotten past him was Joe Burrow, right? So
yeah, facts.
It's going to be tough, man, and people going to really put their money on Joe Burrow to get it done. And I'm going to leave it like this, man. So we joined the fantasy league. And when do you know when I see you in that fantasy league, bro?
I gotta look at it. I haven't looked at the schedule, but everybody's set to play each other at least one time before the playoffs start.
Yeah, I didn't really even get to see who was all in your squad because I was trying to look for it. But, obviously I want to talk a little trash, make things fun. But want to make things fun, but I didn't even get to look at it. But I'm looking forward to whatever week we play in fantasy.
Yeah.
And that week, I might have to have you on here. I might have to come on your platform and talk a little trash because hey man, I'm looking forward to winning. I feel like I got a squad, at least from what I drafted. But
I seen you what you drafted.
Are you checking me out? Okay, you seen the Christian McCaffrey. Of course, we knew that was coming with the first pick.
Yeah,
we knew that was coming. Would you? And I'm gonna just say this because I ain't gonna have you pull up your team and all of that. Who'd you pick for your first pick in fantasy?
First pick, I actually had a lot of ways I could have went because I had the third pick. I went with the route of CeeDee Lamb. I had my fingers crossed because it was an anxious moment just in case if he wasn't ready for week 1 with that contract situation. So I was going to pick Tyreek Hill, but my friend Ethan picked him second. So I said, I got to just pull the trigger and get CeeDee Lamb.
Okay.
But yeah, he was my first pick.
Okay, all right. I got some confidence in that. That makes me think twice about when I play you because CeeDee Lamb gonna put up some numbers. He gonna put up some numbers. So no, I'm excited about that, man. I think I got Jake the first round, and man, his squad low key they already projected him to be a little bit better than mine, but he got a little squad over there. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. I'm like, it's getting scary, but. But other than that, man, look, that's about all I have for you today, bro. Let the people know where they can find you. If they want to check out On the Hop podcast, where can they look at you and find you on the socials?
Yeah, you guys can check us out on Instagram at On the Hop 08, TikTok as well, On the Hop 08, YouTube On the Hop 08. Our Apple podcast is On the Hop 06. I tried to change from 06 to 08, but Apple wouldn't let me. So you check us out on Apple Podcasts as well. Check us out on all 4 of those platforms.
Absolutely. Well, look, man, I appreciate you coming on here. Definitely love kicking it with you every time. I'm looking forward to the NFL season. Of course, I'm going to have to bring you back on and just talk about what's going on, especially once the Cowboys get eliminated from the playoffs. I'm going to have to just I'm going to have to pick on you then and just, go ahead and get a little bit of a bully on once they do. But even if they have some success, I'll bring you back too because, I'll be talking crazy about the Cowboys. Anyway, look, man, hey, I appreciate y'all for tuning in or hanging with us all this time. Anyway, shoot us a quick take, 219-413-9405. And of course, we'll play your take back on our next episode. And then shout out to SeatGeek for sponsoring this episode as well. Go ahead and get $20 off your first ticket purchase when you use the promo code The Run Podcast. And this code can only be applied for the first time users on the mobile app or website. So you got to go ahead and create that account and get started. Other than that, man, look, hey, I'm going to be back later on next week. The start of the NFL will be here. I'm super excited for it. But, hey, man, we're going to be fired up next week. And other than that, I will be back. And so on and so on and so on.